Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Elena, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. In today's video, we are diving into the 7 signs that it's time to change your mindset. So in Monday's YouTube live class, I talked about 7 things that had nothing to do with money, but definitely helped me with my money. And one of the things that I talked about that was the biggest change was my mindset. Once I changed my mindset, everything else fell into place. And so what I wanted to do in this video is really dive into how do you know if your mindset needs to change? How do you know if you have something going on with your mindset? So that's why we're going to talk about the 7 signs that it's time to change your mindset. And also, just as a side note, I am decorating this spread within my Commonplace Planner, and I am using the memory keeping sticker book from Happy Planner. So before we get into the 7 signs that it's time to change your mindset, let's first define what is mindset. Your mindset is your personal view or your attitude of yourself, your potential, or the way the world works. This is really the key to long-term health and happiness, is how you think about the world, how you view your potential, how you look at the things around you. So you really need to pay attention to these things to know if you are possibly self-sabotaging yourself from having the life that you want. So how do you know that it's time to change your mindset? The very first sign is that you have a lot of negative self-talk. Basically, negative self-talk is any inner dialogue that you have with yourself that may be limiting your ability to believe in yourself and your own abilities and to reach your potential. It's any thought that diminishes your ability to make positive changes in your life or your confidence in yourself to do so. Just think about the way that you talk to yourself and really think about how you talk to your friends. Would you talk to a friend the exact same way that you talk to yourself? Are you very critical of yourself and your abilities? If that's the case, then that's one of the top things that you need to change in order to have a positive outlook on life and in order to make some real substantial changes in any other area of your life. You have to change the way that you view and talk to yourself. The second sign that it's time to change your mindset is that you are focusing on your failures while forgetting to celebrate your victories. We are taught from a young age that failure is bad, from school to work to the sporting events that we will do. Everything teaches us that there is a winner and a loser in basically every situation of our life. The only issue is that life has so many other intricacies to it that really leads us to some in-between things that we can learn and grow from and gain a better mindset from. And it doesn't mean that everything is just a win and lose, a black and white situation. But when we put a lot of energy into the fact that we feel like we are failing at something, we subconsciously draw failure and fear to us, and we start to focus in on that instead of just trying to do our best or just the fact that we are trying. If we put our energy and our mindset into the fact that we're trying and continuously try and continuously just work on those habits, then the journey becomes a part of the process and the journey becomes your victory. The fact that you're getting better becomes your victory. The third sign that it's time to change your mindset is that you are constantly focusing on what's wrong. Now, I have been very guilty of this in the past because as a perfectionist and an overachiever, I always would find room for improvement in any given situation in my life. So even if I had a magnificent month in business and I made a bunch of money, I would focus in on the fact that I didn't work out enough. Or if I did work out really, really well, then I would focus in on the fact that I wasn't eating well. Now, if you're a human, then you're probably guilty of this as well, as focusing in on the things that's wrong with your life. But whatever we focus on definitely expands. So we should definitely try our best to focus in on the good and not the bad. The fourth sign that it's time to change your mindset is that you put everyone else's needs before your own. And this always sounds like a good thing to most people, but really the act of putting yourself first is not a selfish act, and you cannot pour from an empty cup. So you have to find time for yourself in order to be the best version of yourself for other people. So loving yourself doesn't mean that you don't love other people, and putting yourself first is really the greatest gift that you can give to yourself and to others. You can help yourself heal emotionally. You can become a more mature person. You can become more emotionally intelligent, and you can live a happier life. The fifth sign that it's time to change your mindset: you hate your job. You spend so much time at work, so it's very important for you to actually enjoy what you do. You shouldn't just stay in a place because you've just been there for a long period of time. You want to make sure that you actually love the activities that you have to do because they take up so much of your time. So one thing that you want to know if you hate your job is it your exact position? Are you not a right fit for the job? Or do you need to simply move? Maybe you can switch positions, maybe you can ask for a promotion, or maybe you can change how you're actually looking at your job. Are you focusing in on the opportunities at your job, on the things that you love about your job, or are you just focusing in on the things that you hate? Even if you realize that you don't belong in your exact position at your job, while you are searching for a new one, you definitely still want to focus in on the opportunities or the experience that you're going to gain while you're there. That way you can leave on a good note and you're not burning any bridges in the process of change. The sixth sign that it's time to change your mindset is that you avoid important things. In your mind, you subconsciously are afraid or you're anxious of important tasks, so you usually will put them off, maybe because you don't feel competent or you don't know where to start. The issue is this usually will cause a lot of stress and overwhelm unnecessarily, mainly because you have avoided important things until the last minute. So what I usually will try and do is give myself an opportunity to write things on my planner at least 3 times. If I avoid it more than 3 times, I know that I am doing this and I need to change my mindset toward the task. And the seventh sign that it's time to change your mindset: you are worried about being wrong. We all hate to be wrong. We do not like being wrong because it admits that we are all not perfect. But when we are so afraid of being wrong that we won't do certain things or we won't try certain things, we won't put ourselves out there, then usually it causes us to live a more stagnant life. We won't really try and do different things. We won't open up the business. We won't go back to school because we are so afraid of failing and being wrong. So we won't try anything. The best thing that you can do is get over this thought process by trying and pushing yourself, even if you're wrong. And if you're wrong, accepting it, saying it out loud, and moving on. It's definitely okay to be wrong. You're going to be human, and that's a part of the journey. So guys, that is my 7 signs that it's time to change your mindset. Do you have any additional signs? Any things that triggered you to make you realize that it was time to change your mindset? Please let me know and put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in Friday's video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.